Hello and thank you for joining me today. And we will be carrying on with the Blackwood DLC, following the story through. And to do that, I need to have a little chat with Evilly Sharp Arrow. For those of you that haven't seen one of these videos before, we do look at all the lore, find out exactly what people have got to say, and try and work out a little bit more about the backstory about what's going on. Hope you enjoy it. If you do, please give a video a like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And without further ado, let's have a chat with Evilly.
Alright, you heard Leviticus. Time to get back to work. While the councillors stay safe in Blackwood Castle and wait for the scribe to arrive, we need to find out what the Dark Brotherhood is actually up to. Show me that letter you found in Gideon.
Here you go. It's the orders from the Dark Brotherhood matron. They want to establish a sanctuary in the area.
Yeah, these are definitely orders. It mentions Blood Run Cave. That's northeast of Blackwood toward the edge of Blackwood territory. Well, as the spinners always say, the best way to find out what's happening in the clearing is to step into it.
Fair enough. The letter indicates that the entrance to the sanctuary is deep inside the cave.
Of course it does. Nothing has been easy since I found that strange book and started chasing down Leovik's secret. Well, are you still interested in solving the mystery of the ambitions? Will you come with me to Blood Run Cave?
Of course, I'll go with you to Blood Run Cave to investigate the sanctuary.
The councillors should be safe, so meet me at Blood Run Cave. We need to determine if the Dark Brotherhood is behind the murders or not. Either way, that sanctuary is a threat to Blackwood. I just hope I don't have another one of those waking visions.
Waking vision?
Remember back at Fort Blueblood when we found the murdered servant? I had a vision of a shadowy figure. It was a robed and hooded cultist. Order of the Waking Flame, I think. It was brief and powerful, over in a moment, but the figure felt evil.
And you think these dreams and visions are connected to the strange book you recovered?
What else could it be? The book seems very old and it's written in a language we can't read. Just carrying it around, it feels heavy, oppressive. Like a burden I didn't know I had. But Lupus sent me to find it. It must be important.
Important how?
I don't know. I'm an archer, not a Daedric scholar or anything. I don't think I should let the Order of the Waking Flame get their hands on it, though. And maybe one of these visions, if I have any more, will actually help us figure this all out.
So you sure you want to keep carrying it around? We haven't seen any cultists for a while now.
No. But that last vision I had was clearly a warning about the cult leader, whoever they are. They're powerful and evil. So, bad dreams are no bad dreams. I think I'll hang on to the book, just in case.
Fair enough. Goodbye. So chat with Captain
I'll meet you at Blood Run Cave.
Alright,
You made the right call, Leviticus. You won't be safe until the Dark Brotherhood is driven out of Blackwood.
Blood Run Cave is a dangerous place, whether the Dark Brotherhood is present or not. You and Everly should be on your guard at all times. Watch out for each other. I would hate to lose operatives as valuable as you two have been.
So remind me what we're dealing with.
Everly brought word of a threat against the former members of the Imperial Elder Council, including Councillor Leviticus. The threat seems to be related to a secret of the Longhouse Emperors. A secret concerning something called the Four Ambitions.
And what are the four ambitions?
We don't actually know. We sent for an Imperial scribe to decipher the coded documents you found, but they have yet to arrive. In the meantime, we've been doing everything we can to protect the councillors from Dark Brotherhood assassins.
And are the councillors safe?
Leviticus, Valeria, and Vandacia are safely ensconced in Blackwood Castle. Unfortunately, we couldn't save Jirik, Sophus, and Abor. You found the Dark Brotherhood's calling card at every scene, yet the assassin you met claims they killed no one.
And do you believe them?
Assassins are not the most reliable source of truth. Still, that's part of what we're sending you to their sanctuary to determine. Good luck, mercenary. We're all counting on you.
Thank you. Let's go and catch up with Evilly then. Okay, so we've got to go right over to the northeast part of the map, so I am probably going to fast travel to the Gideon Way Shrine and then run the rest of the way. So it's going to be a trek, but I should meet you over there. Right, okay, it's a bit of a trek, but we've finally got over here, and it looks like it's in the delve. So we're going to be doing this delve as well while we're here. And might as well do Mim Jarsa's quest. Let's have a little chat with him.
You look quite capable. Might I be able to recruit you to help me? This place was once an honorable tomb for fallen members of the Dark Brotherhood. But now it houses a perversion of death. The cycle, which devours all, has been corrupted here.
What do you mean?
I belong to the clutch of Niswo. I came to this place to perform last rites for 3 well-respected shadow scales entombed here. But I was chased out by a necromancer called Tuma Mazath, who seeks to disturb their remains for selfish purposes.
Disturbing their remains?
Yes. When I arrived here, he had already raised many shadow scale bodies to fight for him. In order to spare the 3 I came to perform last rites upon from this fate, I must destroy their skeletons. Will you help? I can pay you for your services.
Yep, I'll help you destroy the remains of the 3 shadow scales.
The remains of these renowned shadow scales deserve the peaceful emptiness of the void. Destruction must pass before creation and change can begin anew. Hurry. We must find the remains inside the cave and destroy them.
So why burn the remains?
While it is true that the souls of these shadow scales returned to the Hist long ago, their remains still deserve peace. Their bones need not become puppets to a madman drunk on power. Burning them is the only way to prevent that.
And why are these 3 shadow scales so important?
They were closer to Sithis than most, each powerful in their own right, buried here to honor their path and life, which is why I came here to begin with. But when Tuma Mazath disinterred them for his own gain, he dishonored their remains.
What is the clutch of Niswo?
We have also been called Nothing Speakers. We are a fellowship that honors Sithis and the truths of the Void. We all speak different words, but our purpose follows those lessons. One must first apprentice under a mentor before joining our ranks.
And do all Niswo perform lost rites for fallen shadow scales?
Each Niswo is different. I choose to honor Sithis by ensuring that the unavoidable truths, such as fear, death, darkness, and change, are not compromised.
Okay, let's get on then. Kinda gotta do 2 quests at once here, Evely, so let's have a little chat first.
So this is Bloodrun Cave, huh? Creepy. You go on ahead. I'll follow behind you. Make sure nothing tries to ambush us. I'll catch up farther in.
How are we supposed to find the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary?
Check the letter you found. It said something about a door located deeper inside the cave. And there was a strange line about death being the key, whatever that means. Go on. I'll follow along shortly.
Okay. So we've got to destroy the shadow scale remains as well over here.
Tuma Mazath already uncovered the remains. Quickly, destroy them.
There's one.
All that is created must eventually be destroyed, and then renewed. The cycle is unbroken.
Excellent, here's the Sky Shard. And the next Shadow Scale.
Tuma Mazath will not have these remains. find the emptiness of the void. The skull of this shadow scale is missing. I think I know why. The piece of destruction. We successfully destroyed almost all of the remains, but the shadow scale with the missing skull is cause for concern. I believe those remains once belonged to Ajum Shay.
Arjun Shay?
A shadow scale who was said to have plucked out his own eye and sealed a powerful necromantic gem within the socket. It granted him the power to see lost spirits. Tuma Mazath must have taken it in order to conduct his ritual.
What do we do?
If I am correct, we must locate Tuma Mazath's ritual site. If he used the skull and the gem inside to power his ritual, it should be nearby. We must make sure to destroy the skull and finish our work. Let us hurry before the chance is lost.
How does Ajum Shai's gem help Tuma Maxath?
I am not certain, but I believe Tuma Mazath either knew about the gem previously, or sensed its power when he unearthed Ajum Shay's remains. The necromantic properties of such a gem would likely be a great strengthening agent to any ritual.
How can you be sure the skull will still be nearby?
A ritual of this magnitude would take time to prepare. Tuma Mazath would need to find a place to ready the necessary components and use the skull as a focal point. Should we find the ritual site, the skull will most certainly be there.
Cool, let's go look for it then. Yeah, right where the boss is. Go fight ourselves a boss then. Yeah, but quick, we can get tagging on
Really don't like your odds.
this dude.
Never used to like this much. Until I met you.
He wasn't taking any damage from that. And I'm going to stay out of the way of that. There we go. Nice. Cheers, Fossil of Chaos. And we get a skull as well.
It is done. Praise Sithis the Changer.
Just have a quick look at this Necromancer's diary, which I'm not going to read. Okay, so now we can carry on with the main story. I can figure out how to get out of here, that is. Oh, there's Evely. Evely.
That creepy black door. That's gotta be the entrance to the Dark Brotherhood sanctuary. I doubt it's as simple as turning a knob, because that door doesn't have one. Let me see that letter you found again. Wasn't there something about a key?
Here you go.
Gutted, untold danger, long trek, clear out. Ah! Here it is. And remember, death, my brother. That's the key.
How is that a key?
I don't know. Maybe it's a passphrase? I've read about things like that in some of my mystery novels. Go knock on the door or something and see what happens.
Okay.
Go ahead. See if that passphrase opens the creepy black door.
Death, my brother. Nice.
Still looking for your murderer? Well, you've come to the wrong place, my friends.
We found the Black Hands beside every body.
Must I say it again? You've been duped, and the Dark Brotherhood has been set up to take the blame. Haven't we had this conversation already? The Dark Brotherhood didn't murder those counselors. I have no quarrel with you, and you none with me. Now turn around and leave before you force me to do something you will definitely regret.
If you didn't kill the councillors, Lewin demands to know what you're doing in Blackwood.
Oh, Leowin demands, does it? Very well. This sanctuary belongs to the Dark Brotherhood. It has for a very long time. I have been given the joyous task of reopening it. I assure you, we're a business. We have no designs on Leowin or the councillors.
If not the Dark Brotherhood, then who's been murdering the councillors?
Obviously some enemy of the councillors who wants to confuse you, throw suspicion on the Dark Brotherhood, keep you chasing after shadows while they accomplish whatever it is they hope to do. Perhaps we can work together to... What?
Look.
Now what?
Look out.
Cultists, portaling in. Quickly, secure the sanctuary.
That's the Order of the Waking Flame. What are they doing here? Come on, we need to figure out what's going on.
Didn't get to say my line.
Fall back! Close the portals! Warn the High Priest!
Oh, I think not. All right. What were we discussing before they so rudely interrupted us? I assume this will satisfy your masters in Leowin. The Dark Brotherhood is not your enemy. The Order of the Waking Flame invaded our sanctuary and killed my brothers and sisters. I can't let them get away with that.
Why would cultists attack the sanctuary?
Seems to me the cultists didn't want you talking to me. Didn't want you hearing me tell you for the 100th time that the Dark Brotherhood didn't kill those counselors. If you ask me, those are your murderers. The Order of the Waking Flame.
The cultists do seem to be after the same thing Evely and I are looking for.
Opportunity and motive. Look, I don't know what that may be, and I don't want to know. But I do want to step through this portal and stick my dagger in their High Priest's throat. Care to come along?
I'll go with you into the portal.
Good. Now you'll see how a Dark Brotherhood assassin deals with unsanctioned targets. And please notice that I won't be dropping any notes or leaflets along the way. Come on. Let's go before the portal closes.
Okay.
Stay with the assassin. I'll inform Captain Rianne and Councillor Leviticus about the cultists.
Oh, cheers, Evely.
An alien ruin. Not the worst place for a Daedric cult to hide out. Let's look around. Oh, looks like I'm not the only one who leaves important papers lying about. Give that a read, why don't you?
The Wood Elf Archer has been a problem since Black Drake Village. She and her friends are getting too close to learning the truth of Lyric's secret, and they continue to interfere with their efforts to gain possession of the Four Ambitions. Putting them on the trail of the Dark Brotherhood worked for a while. We bought ourselves time. Now to finish this. As your High Priest, I command you to follow them to the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary, recover the cache Lyric hid in the ruins, and kill them all, assassins and Leowin mercenaries alike. And once the Wood Elf is dead, see if she still carries the sacred book. I want that tome.
Their High Priest actually ordered them to kill us.
Yep. Let's go do something about that then. We got here another note. Haha, Black Hand.
A close approximation of our calling card, but that entire pile is obviously a forgery. So the Order of the Waking Flame killed your counselors and placed the blame on the Dark Brotherhood. Then their High Priest sent his followers to kill us. Care to enlighten me as to what this is actually all about now?
We think the murders have something to do with the secret of the Longhouse Emperors.
All this fuss and bother over an old Imperial secret? Let's review what we learned. The High Priest of the Order of the Waking Flame sent cultists to the Sanctuary to eliminate both my Dark Brotherhood assassins and you and the Wood Elf.
And that pile of black hand prints is evidence that they were trying to blame you for the murders.
Obviously the cult has someone watching you. They knew exactly when to attack, certain we'd all be in the sanctuary. Plus, they were after some cache hidden there. So who are these cultists? And how well do you trust your masters in Leowyn?
Are you suggesting the Mayron's Dagon cult has spies in Leowyn Castle?
I'm not suggesting anything. Just following the clues. If the cultists are Dagonists, then their high priest is probably a true fanatic. This secret must be pretty important, and most likely pertains to death and destruction. Let's keep searching.
Good idea.
Let's see if something deeper inside this ruin points us to the identity of the cult's high priest. Figure out who they are, and you may learn more about this secret than you ever imagined. Oh, and you still have that amulet. It might come in handy.
Why are you so interested in figuring out who the high priest is?
Because I owe them for besmirching the good reputation of the Dark Brotherhood and for ordering the deaths of my brothers and sisters. And because now, I'm curious. It's like an itch that needs to be scratched.
Do you know anything about the cache mentioned in High Priest orders?
No. The orders suggested it was placed in the sanctuary after we abandoned it the first time. We hadn't finished reopening the place, and I hadn't run across any hidden caches. Another mystery, I suppose. Let's keep looking.
Okay.
This door looks impressive. Let's see what's on the other side. Over here. Voices.
We failed to kill all the assassins, and the Wood Elf and the mercenary are still alive.
Yes. The High Priest isn't going to be happy about that, but we retrieved the cache hidden in the old sanctuary.
With the contents of the cache, the High Priest should be able to determine where to find the first ambition.
Agreed. And we will soon have the location of another one of the ambitions. As just another Imperial Counselor, the High Priest has them all fooled.
Now that's something new. What do you think? Sometimes listening provides the answers we seek. It seems their high priest is actually one of your counselors. That explains how they knew your movements. And they found whatever they were looking for in the sanctuary.
Right. Sounds like they know where to find one of the ambitions too, from Leovik's secret.
I'd rather not know any more about this damn secret. It's cursed. But did you see how they opened that portal? They used their amulet on the pedestal. You still have the one we found. Let's find another pedestal and see if we can follow them.
Come on in.
That pedestal looks promising. Let's talk before you try to open a portal.
Okay.
This may work. It may not. We may open a portal that takes us to the cultists, or we may open one to some dark and deadly corner of oblivion. Still, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So, ready to try something daring?
I'm ready. What do you suggest?
It looked to me like the cultists used their amulet on the pedestal and opened a portal. Examine the pedestal and see if there's a place to fit the amulet. These Dagonist fools think they've gotten the better of us. Let's prove them wrong.
Yeah, let's prove them wrong.
Well, we have a portal. Trying to find out if leaping into it turns out to be a good or bad idea.
Alright, let's go find out. Hey, Disastrix Zensora's journal. I've already sent word to the exalted High Priest. The steward and 3 of the councillors are dead. Only Councillor Itinia eludes us, and the councillor is not currently in the province of Blackwood. I've also sent the documents we uncovered from the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary. With that information, the High Priest should have no trouble determining the hidden location of the first of the 4 ambitions. Moreover, I have ordered the attack on the Lowing Castle. Soon the documents kept by the other councillors will be ours. Then the locations of all the ambitions will be revealed. Now I must step out and deal with pests that have entered the ruins. I think we've been followed from the sanctuary. I look forward to showing them the true power that the faithful of the Prince of Disaster can bring to bear when necessary.
We're too late. The location of the ambition was sent to the High Priest. What was that about an attack on Leowin Castle?
Yep, indeed. Let's read this first. Preserve the secret. Disastric Zensora, the time of the 4 ambitions is almost upon us. We must accelerate our efforts, or decades of planning will amount to naught. Emperor Leovic hid the ambitions and was killed before he could inform me of their locations. But he left clues in various hidden caches throughout the Empire. We can also ferret out the portions of the secret that my fellow councillors are aware of before we execute them. And yes, they must die to preserve the secret of the Longhouse Emperors. We will blame the Dark Brotherhood for their murders, thus deflecting suspicion from the Order of the Waking Flame for as long as possible. Besides, I have recently learned that one of Leovic's caches is hidden in the former Blackwood Sanctuary. Send out our best acolytes, kill Steward Farrell Lupus, and councillors Abor, Valeria, Itinia, Jeric, and Sophus. We may need to murder Leviticus as well. The former chief councillor is too smart for his own good and may realise what is happening and act against us before we can secure the 4 ambitions. I shall also plan an attack against myself, one that will be forward but will further implicate Dark Brotherhood. Remember, do not contact me, I shall contact you. Nothing must reveal my true nature until the appropriate moment. In the name of our Lord of Fire and Flood, High Priest Vandacia.
Vandacia is the Order's High Priest? I knew I disliked the man the moment he had me beaten.
I knew he was up to something as well.
So, now I know who needs to die for this grave insult to the Dark Brotherhood. Councillor Vandacia, the High Priest of the Waking Flame. But what do you make of that journal entry about the first ambition and an attack on Leowin Castle?
They sent whatever they found to Vandacia and apparently ordered these cultists to attack Leowin.
They got what they were after, and now they're sending their forces to kill the rest of the councillors. With the other councillors dead, Vandacia will be the only person who knows the secret of the Longhouse Emperors.
It's more than that. Leviticus has documents that reveal the locations of the remaining ambitions.
And Vandacia will do everything in his power to get his hands on those documents. I suppose your course is clear. You need to return to Leowin Castle as quick as you can.
And what are you going to do?
I'm going to stick around and deal with a few more of these Waking Flame cultists. Still have a little anger to work off after that attack on my sanctuary. I suggest you return to Leowin Castle with all due haste.
You won't come with me to defend the councillors?
I'm an assassin, not a soldier. I've done my part. Now go do yours. When I'm finished here, if Vandacia is still alive, well, then we'll see what we shall see.
That sounds fair enough. See you later. Right, okay, now we're back out in the sunlight. We're going to go and talk to Mimijasa and then teleport all the way back to Leowin. Okay, back at the Delve entrance. Let's have a chat with Mimijasa.
The Shadow Scale's remains are destroyed, and we are triumphant. Thank you, valiant traveler. I could not have finished this task without your help.
Will the spirits of the Shadow Scales be safe now?
Indeed. Your actions ensured those remains can no longer be exploited. I am sure were their spirits still present, they would thank you for your efforts. Allow me to extend a more tangible gratitude. Here, for your help.
Lovely, thank you very much. Decayed Shadow Scale tunic.
Before we part, allow me to offer you some wisdom. Remember, as you journey through life, all things must pass in order to begin again. Knowing this simple fact eases pain and suffering. Learn to let go. and what was lost will be reborn.
What is next for you, Mimajasa?
I will carry on, as is my purpose as a Niswo. I cannot say for sure where this responsibility will take me next, but change is the only thing that is guaranteed. Whatever path I walk next will be different from the one I walk now.
Then I wish you luck.
And to you as well. I cannot say where my responsibilities will take me, but I do hope that one day they bring me to you again. It has been a great pleasure. Sithis the Changer is honored today, and the cycle continues.
Honor to know you as well. Bye-bye. Let's head back to Leowin and see if they are under attack there. Find out what's going on. Okay, so what's going on here then? So I'm
Get
trying
those
to get
doors
in and
open.
can't.
We need to get to the counselors.
They're barred from the other side.
Mercenary, you've returned. Everly's attempting to breach the barracks. Go! The Waking Flame cultists created a distraction. And like raw recruits, both Everly and I fell for it. As soon as we left the castle, they swarmed the place and barricaded themselves inside.
Are the councillors still alive?
I'm not sure. By the time we realized the distraction was nothing more than a ruse, the cultists had locked us out. If the cultists harm Leviticus, Vandacia, and the others, I won't rest until they pay.
Councillor Vandacia is a traitor. He's the High Priest of the Order of the Waking Flame.
What? Are you certain? Vandacia has served Blackwood and the Empire before that for more than 50 years. Enough. We need to get inside. Then we can determine the truth of all this. Find Everly by the barracks and assist her.
Okay, will do. I think she's upstairs, isn't she? Up top.
Steady. Wait for it. Now we can go in. Let's... Oh, you're here. Oh, thank Ifra you're back. Captain Rian and I... They tricked us. Lured us out of the castle. Now the place is locked down and I don't know if any of the councillors are still alive. I've mucked this up real good.
Councillor Vandacia is behind everything. He's the High Priest of the Order of the Waking Flame.
Vandacia? That traitor! He tricked us! Lied to us! Had his own colleagues murdered! And all to get his hands on a few Daedric weapons? But Lyrinth, the Dremora, she told me that the fate of the world was at stake. We need to reach the councillors.
Does that door lead into the castle?
Yes, the barracks connect to the rest of the castle. Since I dispatched the cultist guards, we can get to the councillors and the legates this way. Let's go, but stay alert. We're not sure how many of those cracked acorns are waiting for us in there.
Fair enough, let's do this then.
Hurry! We need to reach the councillors! I can't believe Vandacia fooled us. Or that he's in charge of these fanatics. I really don't like your odds.
Vandacia, how could you?
Valeria, with everything at stake, how could I know?
Council of Valeria! No!
Wow, okay.
When did you get here?
I came as soon as word arrived from Councillor Leviticus. I was with him when the cultists attacked, but we got separated.
We have to find Leviticus. Come with us, brother. We need to stick together. Alright, don't cry for mummy.
There's some nice level ups here. We're actually still on quite a low level. We're going through these cultists quite well. Alright, so we're through this door then. Lowering Castle Courtyard.
Vandacia, you traitor. I will finish what the Longhouse Emperors started, Leviticus. I will set loose the power of the four ambitions. Lord Dagon, hear your high priest. Send forth a champion to destroy these men.
What?
Don't worry about me. Deal with that creature.
Councilor Leviticus,
That's easy.
you're alive.
Really
Let me
easy.
get you out of here and somewhere safe.
Vandacia. The bastard fooled us all. Friend of my sister, come, speak with me. Despite the gravity of the situation, you should know that I was able to decipher a portion of the encoded documents before Vandacia whisked them away.
Did the document tell you where to find the four ambitions?
I'm not sure. I only translated a small bit of the code before the assault began. It mentioned a vault to protect them, which I assumed to mean the ambitions. It's hidden in the Ogel Bok, but I'm not familiar with the term.
Ogel Bok?
Argonian, perhaps? It sounds like it, but I'm not sure. I haven't reported to Councillor Leviticus yet. Since it looks like he wants to talk to you now, please inform him of my findings. And tell him I apologize I wasn't able to decipher anymore.
I'll go talk to Councillor Leviticus now.
Let Councillor Leviticus know what I deciphered from the coded document. That the vault that protects them is hidden in the Ogel Bok. I wish I had been able to finish translating all the documents before Vandacia stole them.
So you're really Evilly's brother?
Isn't the family resemblance obvious? I was an adventurer myself back in the day, before I became an Imperial scribe. I think that's where Everly gets it. That and from all the books I've given her over the years.
Why didn't Vandacia try to kill you too?
I imagine he didn't think I had time to decipher any of the coded passages. I barely had a moment to look at the documents when the portals opened and his cultists burst in. Luckily, I'm very familiar with that particular code. It was my specialty.
It was lucky. Alright, Councillor Leviticus.
Vandacia will pay. I swear it.
Councilor Leviticus, you need to
Vandacia.
rest.
A high priest of Mehrunes Dagon. Has he been a Daedric cultist all these years? I failed to see the signs, and now the councillors. They're all dead. Valeria, Sophis, Eibor, and Jirik.
Vandacia tricked us all. I only learned the truth after events in the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary.
Yes, of course. The Sanctuary. I suppose this proves the Dark Brotherhood wasn't involved in the plot to murder us. What else did you uncover while you were away?
Vandacia is the cult's high priest, and I know the location of one of the ambitions.
It's worse than that. Vandacia wrestled the documents you acquired from the other councillors away from the scribe. Once he translates them, he may know the location of all four of the ambitions.
Baragon translated a portion. He mentioned the Ogel Bark, but he doesn't know that word.
Ogel Bak. I've heard that term. It's Argonian. I believe it refers to a natural formation deep in the Blackwood marsh. But Vandacia was more familiar with that region than I. I know someone who can help us, though. I believe you already met her.
You know someone who can help us locate the hidden vault?
If the term leads us to the vault, so be it. All we can do is follow the clues we've been given. talk to Keshu the Blackfin. If anyone can help us navigate the wilds of Blackwood, it's Governor Keshu.
Okay. Well, I've got to have a chat with Evely first.
Damn. I can't believe Vandacia is a traitor and a cult leader. And he killed Valeria. Almost killed Leviticus. He's been ahead of us the entire time. We can't let him get to the ambitions. We just can't.
Councillor Leviticus recommends we go to Gideon and ask Keshu about the term Ojal Bark.
All right, we have a plan. In the meantime, we saved Councillor Leviticus, cleared the Dark Brotherhood of the murders, and determined Vandacia is the traitor and leader of the cult. You did good, my friend. Here, your share of our compensation.
Oh, I appreciate the bow and the skill point, and a little bit of money as well. So let's complete this quest.
So, the information from the former councillors points to an Argonian location. Someplace called the Ojal Bok. Vandacia ran off with the documents before we could learn more. Now we need to figure out what it means before his cultists beat us to it.
We don't know what Ojal Bark means or how to find it.
No, but Councillor Leviticus has heard the term. Says it's a landmark in the Solzan territory. The document suggested it's a site connected to the 4 ambitions. Maybe where the weapons are stored? We need to consult with an expert on that region.
And do we know an expert?
Governor Keshu of Gideon. Councillor Leviticus says she knows the swamps and bogs of Blackmarsh like the back of her hand. So, can I count on you? Will you come with me to Gideon to talk to Keshu the Blackfin?
I'll go with you to Gideon to talk to Governor Keshu.
We'll meet up in Gideon. We can talk to Governor Keshu there. She has to know about this Ojal Bok thing. She has to.
What can you tell me about Keshu?
Just what I've heard. She emerged from the Black Marsh swamps and made a name for herself as a freedom fighter. Battled Dark Elf slavers along the Morrowind border. When the Akaviri invaders arrived, she took her soldiers and helped save Windhelm.
When did that happen?
About 10 years ago now. Defeated the invasion and helped form the Ebonheart Pact. Even commanded the Pact army during the start of the Three Banners War. Then one day she turned in her commission. Came back to serve as Governor of Gideon.
And is there anything else I should know?
Keshu's progressive as far as Argonians go. I hear she has an interest in the history of the Argonians, but she genuinely seems committed to creating an open and enlightened community for all people in Gideon. Actually, I can't wait to talk to her.
What do you know about Gideon?
What did the spinners say? Oh yes, it's one of the 8 major cities of Blackmarsh, but its proximity to Cyrodiil makes it more imperial than Argonian. In fact, Vandacia represented the Empire in Gideon for decades. Until, well, you know.
Was Vandacia in charge of the city before he revealed his connection to the cult?
No, more of an advisor of sorts. Like the councillors here in Leowyn. Governor Keshu is the leader of the city. When Vandacia revealed himself to be the head of a Daedric cult, well, that pretty much put an end to his government service.
And were you surprised by Vandacia's treachery?
Now that you mention it, very much so. He was a member of the Elder Council. His name was on the list of people that knew Leovic's secret. I thought I was supposed to protect him, keep him safe from the murderer. But he was the murderer.
And where is Vandacia now?
After he killed Valeria and grabbed the coded documents, he ran. He could be anywhere. He's had decades to establish the Waking Flame and set up hiding holes. But he's after the ambitions, same as us. We need to find the hidden vault before he does.
Okay, but not today. Okay, so it looks like we've still got a fair little bit ahead of us, which we're going to explore in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Showed a bit more of the story behind what's going on with the councillors and the Black Flame and the Dark Brotherhood. And now we're off to the Black Marsh by the looks of it, or somewhere like it, to speak to Keshu. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a like, and I'd also appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Next video we're carrying on with this story, carrying on with this DLC, and yeah, tracking down this councillor and seeing if we can find out what these artifacts are that we're looking for. So until next video, look after yourselves and take care, and thanks for joining me. Bye bye.